Let's see if my DJI Mini 3 Pro can track me between the trees. Oh, I lost him. Where did it go? Most of the active tracking videos on YouTube are filmed in an open area. I personally didn't think that is realistic testing enough, or it is too easy for the drone to track. I decided to try active tracking in a much narrower street on my electric scooter with trees and houses nearby, and I will purposely set the drone at the height of the trees lower than the houses and see how it does. It seemed to be doing pretty good with trees on the one side. It dodged away to the left quickly and continued to track me as I'm heading down this street at around 15 kilometers an hour. I decided to swing left and right to see how well it tracks me. And when I came near the end of the street, it slightly comes back to the right to the middle when it senses trees on the left as well. As I made this U-turn, I guess the tree blocked the street so well that there is no way for the drone to continue to track me unless I was more on the right side of the road. Time to go back and rescue, as it is now hovering between two trees. Here we go again. This time, the drone decides to fly over the tree. Let's continue this journey and try this on the next narrower street. Keep in mind, this is my personal DJI Mini 3 Pro. This is not a sponsored video for your information. I'm not sure what made it decide to fly lower than the tree this time, but it did an excellent job dodging away from that tree and tracking me at the same time. When I turned my head and looked at the drone, it was only centimeters away from that tree. It's very scary to watch, to be honest. See how fast it made that sharp left without hitting that light post. It did a reasonably good job when I'm heading down at 15 kilometers an hour. Note that my scooter can travel at around 24 kilometers an hour, and it can go up to 27 to 28 heading down this slightly steep road. And as with most YouTube videos out there, once I'm out in the open, there are no problems, and it is way too easy for the drone to track me. I'm going to turn around and try going up on that street, and because I'm heading upwards towards that hill, the trees should be lowered compared to coming down from that street. Keep in mind, my scooter may be slightly slower climbing up, so my max speed should be around 15 to 17 kilometers an hour. As the drone followed me into the street again, it dodged and lowered itself from the trees. It tries hard to keep up with the original height, but the trees kept it flying lower than it intended to do. Again, it did reasonably well keeping up and staying away from hitting the trees. But I was heading up slower than I intended because I think once I go around 20 kilometers an hour, it will have a hard time keeping up and dodging away from the trees at the same time. This one is too steep for my scooter. As I moved down to the more open street, I sped up a little, and as I said before, in open areas, it is way too easy for the drone. And when I make a quick stop and U-turn, it back out to the original distance between us. This is exactly the same tree where it lost track of me. As expected, the tree is way too big, it blocks the whole street. Rescue mission number 2. This time, I'm going to head down the narrow street again a little faster than before and see if the drone can keep up. Hopefully, it doesn't crash or hit anything. This time it suddenly went into people's driveways. Even those houses are still empty, but it was quite scary, so I slowed down to wait for it to come back out. Nothing went wrong, and now I'm going back up at a faster speed and see if it makes any difference. Hopefully, it doesn't fly into other people's houses again. And this time, I'm also going to adjust the height and make the drone go a little higher. This is probably going to be more difficult for the drone as I'm also trying to head up faster at the time. I think I will be going at 17 kilometers an hour or so, and because the drone is flying right into the trees, let's see how fast it reacts and how it is going to dodge away from the trees. Again, hopefully, it doesn't hit anything or crash into anything. It went into people's yards again, and as I slowed down to wait for it, it found its way back out. I think this gives you a clearer idea of how the DJI Mini 3 Pro does with active tracking in the real scenario. It is safe to say that you should stay at around 15 kilometers an hour of speed to avoid the drone from rushing itself to you or losing track of your object. Hope this helps. Thank you for watching.